Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kutikadas, a podcast where we bring you enchanting stories from Hindu culture, Indian folklore, and timeless parables filled with magic, adventure, and life lessons. Have you ever wondered why Lord Ganesha is worshipped first? Or how a little squirrel helped Lord Rama? Or maybe you've heard of the wise Birbal and his clever tricks. Every story we share is packed with wisdom, laughter, and wonder. Stories that have been told for generations, but still feel magical today. So, sit back, relax, and let's journey into a world of gods, kings, sages, and talking animals. Are you ready for today's tale? Let's begin. Ganesha wins the game. This is a very popular story in Hindu culture. However, there are many different versions on what the devas were competing for. Some say it was for the chance to get married. Others say it was for a golden mango. And in this version, it's about becoming the first god we worship, Pratham Pujya. No matter the version, this is the story of wisdom, speed, and a very clever elephant-headed god. Are you ready? If you go to a Hindu temple or participate in Hindu rituals, you may notice that every major ceremony or puja starts with salutations to Lord Ganesha. Why is that? This is the story of how Lord Ganesha was chosen to be the first to be worshipped. One day, high in the snowy mountains of Mount Kailash, where Lord Shiva and Parvati lived, a special guest arrived. It was Narada Muni. Lord Shiva asked, "Oh Narada, what brings you all the way to the Himalayas?" "Narayana, Narayana, I bring you exciting news. I wanted to inform you of a competition that was happening with all the devas and devis." Lord Shiva and Parvati smiled, knowing that when Narada was involved, mischief was sure to follow. Shiva asked, "Oh Narada, what is this competition about?" Narada said, "The prize will be that they will be the first one that everyone prays to before any other god." Lord Ganesha and Lord Kartikeya, Shiva and Parvati's kids, were listening in and got very excited. Sage Narada, seeing Ganesha and Kartikeya, welcomed them to join in. "I want to compete. Me too," they said. As they joined Narada to meet the other participants, they kept asking him, "What is the competition? What are the rules?" But they were met with silence. When they met up with the other participants, Sage Narada said, "The challenge is simple. The first one to go around the universe 3 times will be the winner." Kartikeya looked at his brother and said, "I will definitely win this competition. I have the peacock as my vehicle and can fly around the universe before you can even blink an eye." Ganesha looked at his vahana, Mushika the mouse, and was wondering himself, how could I possibly win? Sage Narada then announced that the race was starting. On your mark, get set, go! And many of the devas took off, including Kartikeya in a flash. Whoosh! He soared through the sky, flying over mountains, rivers, and oceans. Meanwhile, Ganesha was still at the starting line. Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati looked at their son and said, "Oh Ganesha, why have you not started the race?" Ganesha replied, "How can I possibly win when it's just Mushika and I? Even Kartikeya can quickly fly around the universe. I can never catch up." By then, Kartikeya had already completed 1 round. Ganesha thought and thought and thought. There must be a solution to his problem, and he should not give up. Just when he thought all hope was lost, his eyes lit up. "Wait! I know how to win!" As Kartikeya was completing his 2nd round, Ganesha climbed on Mushika and with his hands together in Namaskaram started to circle his parents. Shiva and Parvati were so surprised. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Parvati asked, "Ganesha, my dear, why are you circling us instead of the universe?" Ganesha replied with confidence, "You both, my parents, are my universe. So if I circle you, then it's the same as circling the universe." Just then, whoosh! Kartikeya arrived with joy, thinking he had won the competition. He declared, "I have won! I am the first one back!" But Lord Shiva shook his head and smiled. No, my son, Ganesha has won the contest. Kartikeya realized his mistake, and from then on respected his brother even more. And from that day forward, Ganesha became the first god that people pray to before any other. What can we learn from this story? 1. There is always a solution to a problem, but sometimes you need to look at things from a different perspective to see what can be done. Think smarter, not harder. 2. Don't underestimate your opponent. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. And 3. Parents are so important in our lives, as they are the first and our biggest supporters. Never forget the love you have for your parents, as it can give you strength in difficult times. And that, my friends, is the story of how Ganesha won the great race, not with speed, but with wisdom. Would you have done the same? Let me know. Until next time, keep learning and keep smiling. Hari Sharanam.